So I just hope that because I feel like there's areas that for transport that, and I will be happy to give you the details. But in terms of, I still have a year to go. So I don't think we should be saying this at the end of the mandate. I have 4 years, so there's still time. And for the pink line, actually, we have one piece that is secure, and I don't know if we realize it, but the piece of the pink line, which is from downtown to La Chine, is now in the PQE of the government of Quebec. It's not like it took 20 years like for the blue line. It took 2.5 years, and it's within the strategic financial planning of the government of Quebec. So half of it is secure. Now we have to do the second half, but I do hope that we see it this way. So I will continue it. I'm very proud that the first piece is in there. As for the blue line, I feel like we're moving very well. I've also decided to be I've offered my help to the government of Quebec to kind of support better the work with the STM and the different promoters. I feel like the City of Montreal, we're great. We have a great urban planning team. So how can we make it quicker? But I'm definitely dedicated for the blue line, something that we've been talking for 20 years. And as for the orange line, I mean, again, we've never talked so much about transport and how congested it is, the kind of the backbone of our transport network. And so, yes, we need to find solutions, but I think everybody will agree that those decisions are being taken in Quebec. But I'm bringing those issues constantly, like how I decided to bring up to push forward during for the recovery plan, the orange line until the RAM station in Bois-Franc. This is something that is crucial if we want to take a bit of a pressure off. So, and for the fares, again, the mandate is not over. You know, since the beginning of the pandemic, I've talked that I'm the one who brought up that we cannot see homelessness the same way than before because there's more people dealing with a precarity that are more vulnerable. And so, though we opened 3 new resources at the end of August, it was 200 new beds. For that time, it was already a record. We don't usually do that at that time. We wait for the winter measures. But quickly it got full. And even at that press conference, I said out loud, I said, you know, there's much more people dealing with homelessness than now. But as you can imagine, and because homelessness is definitely belongs to Quebec, if I can say, like they give us some support, but ultimately it is their responsibility. I had to say a lot, like, come on, we need to think differently, we need to think bigger, and all the organization on the field, if you talk to them, will tell you, and I invite you to do so. They will say that the city, with them, we've been asking and coming up with ideas and plans, and finally, it's happening. So for me, it was more, you know, when we say adapting, it is not easy to come up. We're gonna have almost like 1,600 beds this winter. It's a very big plan, and I'm definitely I don't want to have any Montrealers outside this winter. It breaks my heart to see them right now on the side of the road. Well, it was a big decision to freeze taxes, of course, knowing that 70% of our revenues as a city comes from the property tax. So it was a big decision, but we felt it was the right thing. The way to balance it to make some cuts, we've already done some cuts in 124 million in April, so that helped. It did help. Now we are also changing some of the priorities, making sure that every penny is spent properly. We had a little bit of surplus that we are using, and finally the money that the government of Quebec gave us, what we were able to go and get, the 263 millions, will help help us to balance. Oh, and finally, we cannot make a deficit, but we have we can make loans, right? So that is something we are exploring as well, on having longer loans for some projects. Well, I think that 1 year from election day or the election time is quite normal to have people that starts to bubble up. You know, it's always like that. I'm not taking too much time to think again about the possible opponents. I think that, you know, we shall see more during the spring, what comes out for real. So yeah, it's difficult to say at this point who is a real one or who are just doing kind of self-promotion, who is maybe just being comfortable behind their computer tweeting because, you know, it's easier that way than being the leader of the opposition, as an example. So, you know, the opposition right now is who I have in front of me, and that's what I work with. And yeah.